So we're back at Wildfire Studios because we did the whole thing. You know, we jumped into the whole bit that we're not at Wildfire Studios last week. We were powered by or whatever, but today we are back. Well, I am. Jim is here, and our guest Justin's on the road with Juju at Nationals or Junior Olympics. Pardon me. I'm still Wild Bill. Jim's here. This is Angry Algorithms podcast. I think it's episode 123. Could be wrong. Don't really care. Doesn't really matter.
123.
123. Bingo. With a special guest tonight, a man that wears many hats. Pro BMX. Is that accurate? Pro BMX. He gets paid to ride a bike.
That's fucking cool.
Gets paid to ride a bike.
Thank you.
Dad.
Yeah.
And all around good guy. Like most importantly, that part.
Yeah.
Don't let the don't let the tattoos fool you. He's a good guy. Yeah. So we've known each other for a long time. We grew up in the same town, and so I started teasing a little bit, like, yeah, I got my boy coming. You know what I mean? Fucking mama mice. You know, you get fucking bike rider, and they're like, well, what do you mean, like Lance Armstrong? I'm like, nah, dude, like fucking, like X Games shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah. And I'm like, yeah. Well, I'm like, hey, he's got a pretty significant following on the socials. You know what I mean? And like, well, what are we talking? I'm like, oh, like 65,000. I think that's what you saw, 64 and change on IG. He said, well, how the fuck did you do that? I said, I just asked, bro.
Yeah. Well, dude, you're Bill, man. I know, like, I known you literally since like third grade, second grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're on the same bus.
Yeah.
All through school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grew up around the corner.
Yeah.
In the same neighborhood. So
yeah.
and we were talking last night. You're like, you know, I don't know. I'm not necessarily good at this type of shit. Whatever. Blah blah blah. So and I was thinking about it, and I think the interesting part of doing this, right, is I fool people because I have terrible fucking anxiety myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
you said know it, yeah.
Right, yeah, because I fill the room with so much false bravado that no one even can tell. You know what I mean? And then, I mean, I've talked about it on the show before. Like, I still get fucking nervous. I feel like I gotta take a shit before the fucking show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not so much anymore because I used to drink the super coffee on the way down here, but now I'll drink it before I get home. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah. So I said, well, you said, well, I'm not really good at this kind of shit, and I said, it got me to thinking, right? Like, so it's amazing that people like us with terrible fucking anxiety also have a life where a lot of what we do is in the public.
I'm like the worst candidate for like everything I have to do all the time. I'm like the worst guy to do this, but I have to do it.
You're like, I just want to fucking ride my bike, dude.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't want to do any of that.
Yeah. But I at the same time, like, you get used to it, but
yeah.
But you also don't. Yeah. It's just, yeah.
You can never. You also, and I think also a lot of times we dealing with stuff like that. It's like I think we kind of like set ourselves up. Like, it's never as bad as it is.
Yeah.
Well, in most cases, it's never as bad as it is, or as we make it out in our heads.
And no one cares as much as you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what? No, I didn't even notice the giant mustard. Yeah. Like, you're like, I had a giant mustard stain. I'm freaking the fuck out about it. You're like, nah, I couldn't even tell. Remember? Because you can only see from up. Oh, and you're like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So, for a lot of people that don't know, which is probably most of our audience, right?
Yeah.
How does someone become a professional in your field? Like, so basically, like, we only have you for an hour, so I don't want you to, like,
I won't go
your whole fucking life story, but, like, you know, Chase Dehart, the early years. So, like, like, what do you know what I mean? Obviously, your fucking ride, you get good at it, but, like, what starts to separate you from all of the other kids that are just fucking riding? Like, how does that?
For me, it was like I started started riding a lot when I left school. I dropped out of school in 10th grade, maybe 11th, early 11th grade. Started riding a lot then, and then once I was out of school, I was riding every day.
Right.
Just putting a ton of effort into it. And
so just basically completely dedicated.
Yeah, I just was doing it every single. My mom would take me to the park or drop me off in a city or something.
Right.
And then met up with dudes who were older who were making videos and traveling.
Right.
So like, hey, you want to come on a trip? And turns out I'm not at school. I don't have nothing going on. So I'm like, yeah, I'll come on a trip.
Sounds good.
Boom.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so like networking.
And then, yeah, networking. And then also, but this is before networking kind of, because this was like also like, you have to film videos, you have to shoot photos, and like you have to send them in, and like
right.
you won't see a result for like a year or maybe longer, you know. So it's kind of different. Like you didn't really know. It wasn't like now where you kind of know where you stand right away. Like it was like it all took time, and you're just like kind of chipping away at something that you don't really know what's gonna happen. But
yeah, because you've been on for everyone that doesn't know, you've been on for a significant amount of time.
Yeah, since I was
probably
15 years old.
Yeah, you're on like a good 15, 20-year run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 15 solid, where it's like significant shit. Yeah, I would say, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So what was all right? So that was kind of a segue to almost seamless if I didn't point it out, Jim. What
tight, dude? Tight.
So what was your first publication? Or that you were featured in?
So it started with my buddy Doug, who was making videos. He was making DVDs called Shutter Speed, and he like kind of took me under his wing super young. I was like 16 or 15, and he like, you know, would take me to Austin, Texas, or would take me to Chicago. And honestly, the first time I ever like entered like a pro contest, we were coming home from Austin, Texas. So stopped in Binghamton, New York for like a pretty like popular contest.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we paid for your entry fee, like, you know, you'll do qualifyings today, whatever. And I just was like not really into it, but I was like, oh, whatever, you know, give it a shot. And I was in the pro class, so I'm like nervous. It's like a big contest. And I was like 17.
And you did well.
And yeah, I got third, which was like, at the time I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, I almost tried to leave after qualifying. I didn't know I was like, definitely didn't make finals. So I was like, did qualifying, and we were like kind of packed up because we had just come from Austin,
right?
And maybe Chicago. We like maybe went from Austin to Chicago to New York. I've been gone for like a month, so we were ready to go home. And yo, you made finals. You know, you got to ride. Yeah, like you got to still ride. I was like, what the fuck? I got to ride. And I did good. And that was kind of the first time I knew like kind of where I was at. I was like, oh, what the fuck? All right.
So that was a good. A good barometer or a good metric to like kind of measure yourself.
I definitely didn't see myself in that like category. You know what I mean? Like so to do that well at it was a good contest.
Yeah.
So that kind of set things.
So did you do the contest circuit kind of deal for a while, or?
Nah, I didn't. That's what I mean. I was like never on my radar.
Right.
So that's why like when they entered me, I was like, oh, what the wasn't really on my radar. I just wanted to film videos, and I did do more contests after that. Yeah. Just because I was like, all right, you know, just like it just worked out that way.
Medals.
And then
is that what they get? Do they give out medals, or what do they give you?
Yeah, money, medals, prizes, parts.
Yeah.
So, and then from there, my current like sponsor, Colt Bikes, like my boss was running Fit Bikes, so he had given me a bike. And
shout out to Colt.
Yeah, shout out to Colt, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, so he had given me a Fit Bike, and then he would be like, oh, I'll send you to Salt Lake City to this contest, or I'll send you to this. So like I was like just kind of taking anything I could get. Like, all right, I'll come meet up and I'll try to hang in the contest.
And I'm 17 and I get a chance to travel all over.
Yeah, I was super young.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, kids.
Much rather be in school.
Yeah, listen, kids, if you're considering a fucking dope ass career where you get to travel, drop out of school now. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, it doesn't work that way for everyone.
It don't. Yeah, like honestly, it was just it was just timing and
Yeah.
it was just timing and having the right people, like having the right guidance.
The thoughts of Billy do not reflect.
There's two.
well
Yeah,
on
yeah. Let's put up a disclaimer. Yeah, there's two dropouts on the path. Well, technically, there's only one. I was asked to never come back, so I got expelled. So
That's not really a dropout.
Yeah.
That's a kick out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kicked
You just didn't go back.
No, I mean, yeah. Well, I got my equivalency.
Yeah.
My equivalency, and then but anyway, yeah. So
I'm right.
So now you're in Salt Lake. You're just fucking. You're traveling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was traveling like crazy. Yeah, like when I was younger, I was traveling.
Like probably extensively. You know what I mean? Before you're putting down roots or whatever, having kids and all that other shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you're like, that's the perfect time to do it. Like I make the correlation sometimes to like. Chase is I'll point out that he's also a member. I should have done this in the intro. He's also a member of the Thursday Night Edition Pod Squad hockey team. Currently, shameless self promotion. Currently 8-0.
Shout out to Pod Squad.
Shout out to the Pod Squad. Everyone except Mills.
Half a player, but
Pod Squad's deep.
Yeah, actually, I think we have like I'm out for like for a while, and I think we had like 3 or 4 call outs, and we still had 9 people last night.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't even remember where I was going.
I don't know. Drop out.
Yeah, something about
Oh, so you're getting paid to travel, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so how does it so you run the contest circuit for a little bit, and when does it like start to morph into like contest isn't necessarily like what I'd like to do, like
Yeah, it was
and because Dan gave you because you got the bite. It's Dan, right?
No, Robbie.
Sorry.
At the time it was Fit, and now it's Colt.
So Colt gives you the bikes or whatever. So now you're getting parts. You're getting, I'm assuming at this same time there's sponsorships are picking up. I would imagine, right?
Yeah, you're getting hit up
left and right, right? Because you're winning. You're on the scene. You know, look, check the new kid out or whatever, right?
My contest stuff was like. Wasn't that I wasn't like going too hard with it. Like it almost was like opportunities to be, say we're in Salt Lake City. We kind of use the same opportunities now. Like you branch out and like stay an extra 7 days to film a video, or shoot photos, or maybe you're working on a DVD.
Yeah, use the time.
So you use the time. So the contests were like just a source to get us together, and like you also get maybe some outside brands paying for you to get to the contest, and you're all meeting up, and then you're doing your thing from there.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. Sorry, it was the correlation to roller. Like I tell some of the younger kids, like the opportunity presents itself to go play in Europe or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's the money. It's not the money's not the greatest, but you're also living in fucking Europe.
Go experience it. Yeah,
it's experience. You're young and 20 something. You know what I mean? If you could do it, and the same like in your case, if they're gonna fucking pick up a lot of the tab, if not all of it, for you to go experience different parts of the world that you probably otherwise wouldn't. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you got to count that into like the whole thing. Like, like I'm also doing this, and like they're handling everything.
And make it easy for it.
Take every opportunity. Yeah.
And we talked about, I don't know, like a month ago we were talking like as far as the process, like you just mentioned, all right, so you run the contest scene, but then you're also trying to maximize the time that you're there. And this is probably, this still goes, I would assume, into, because we've talked about it before, so I'm not going to assume I know. Maximizing the time that you're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So most of the time, it's probably, half a dozen or so guys at least just riding. Then you got your photographers, your crew, all this. So you go out, there's a bunch of you pick a spot or wherever you find a spot, you know what I mean? And then you're like, all right, go ride. Yeah. And then it's like, you're there, everybody might not land the footage that they want.
Yeah.
So like, we've talked about that before. In something like hockey, it's all right, you had a bad shift, you build the teammate up. So it's the same.
Yeah.
Like you might not have had the best day, but somebody else has been land something or that they've been working on for a while or whatever, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably feed off of that too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna like if you have 7 days in a trip or 10 days in a trip, you're not gonna have the best days every day. You're not gonna feel it every day. Like say you went hard the first day, the next 2 days you're almost beat to not even, and but then you have your buddy killing it,
pumps you up.
So it like, and also in those moments too that you're kind of just always just going through it because you have 7 days, so you're like, yeah, you want to go back to the hotel or whatever, but it's like, fuck it, I have 7 days, like, I might as well keep riding and trying to do everything I could do.
And how many dudes are with you, like on these trips?
It used to be. Right now we try to keep it kind of tight knit, so it's like maybe 4 to 5 guys, and then like a photographer or a filmer. Definitely a filmer. A photographer is kind of like, you got our phones now and shit.
So back in the day, you were doing your own films. Now you got guys coming along to do them for you while you ride.
No, I never.
You always had somebody.
Yeah, we always had somebody. Yeah, that's kind of how I got into like. Once I like started filming with somebody, I was like, oh shit, this is what I want to do. And I kind of always was lucky enough to be around a filmer, my buddy.
So you've always had a gym.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I wish I was good with video.
Super important. Like people don't realize the film, like having a filmer there dedicated to something that like is literally 5 seconds in a video that takes 2 hours. Or not everything, but
right,
some shit takes a long time, and to have a dude that's behind you that sees the same vision you have is. That's everything.
And then to be able to correlate that.
Yeah, and then to put out a video that translates.
Yeah, I was watching some of your videos.
Thank you.
Fucking sick.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, fucking insane.
I wish Billy would have told me, I got Chase Dehart coming on. Like, do some research. But, like, I find out your name during the show, so I got to look up shit during the show.
It's the guest tonight is Chase Dehart.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's got his own bike frame, dude.
Yeah, dude. I was all right. So I'm telling my buddy at work, right? I'm like, and by the way, like when I first started the show early on, I was like, had people in mind that I wanted to get on. So you were definitely one of the people that I wanted to get on, right? So thank you for coming out. So I'm telling my buddy, I'm like, hey, fucking one of the kids from the Pod Squad's coming on, blah, 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 whatever, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's the BMX kid, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, he's like, so, like, does he get paid? And I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, he gets paid to fucking, I mean, I don't know his fucking financials. I didn't ask him, but I know he fucking gets paid to fucking ride the bike. And he's like, well, how does that work? And then he's like, he goes right to the fucking most famous or obvious that he knows. Fucking Rob Deerdack. And he's like, so sort of like that? And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, Chase doesn't have a fucking TV show, but yeah, I'm like, he's got his own bike. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, he's got a fucking bike, and it says fucking, like Jordan has his fucking sneakers. I'm like, yeah, like that, but like a bike. Correct?
Correct, yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Was that trip you out, like when you got your first frame?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Fuck it.
It was 2007. I'll never forget it, yeah.
And you get to design it and all that shit, or they just slap your name on it?
No, you get to design it. Yeah, we have, like, you get to design it, you get to pick graphics, or, like, at least give them a direction with the graphics. You get to design the geometry and, like, suited how, like, to you ride, like, say, like, a hockey stick, some dude likes a specific curve or something, you know what I mean? It's the same concept, like, say you like a shorter back end or a steeper head
like
tube
a
or
golfer
something.
too. Yeah,
like a golfer. Like anything that you would just be particular about, you could finally be like, yeah, I want to do this, and they're like, all right.
And that's what you ride, right? You ride your own bike.
Yeah, and then they like recreate it. So
that's fucking cool.
And yeah, it's pretty. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
What was the first? What was the first big time like sponsor, like outside of the bike world or whatever, or that made you go, holy shit? Present day or like back or throughout the course.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of like it coming and go, things coming and going. I mean, Etnies, shoes, Fox clothing, like energy drinks were like I was like when I was in the early years, like energy drinks definitely showed interest.
Yeah,
but I was like I'm not really like an energy drink kind of guy.
And then
I don't know.
So
It didn't make sense to me, but now I'm like, damn, maybe I should.
Did they have like contingencies, like you could only be seen in public with whatever such and such drink or whatever?
I didn't do. I like. I've gotten like.
It wasn't that big.
He didn't sell out, dude.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah.
I've done some things that might be questionable, but
Also, is Billy, but
yeah, haven't we all? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not proud of like every deal I've made, but I never did anything too weird. I don't think, but like I've worked with Monster like a good amount. Like they sent me to like Japan and shit to do.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, like
you're tallest person there, no doubt.
Japan. Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, they're. I mean, yeah, they're
cool though.
Yeah,
but yeah. Try to give me a tweet.
No, dragging now.
So yeah, like had some shit, had some things pop up, and it's been cool. It's like, and I still have some cool stuff. I have some like outside things out, like Ethica underwear and like band shoes. Like it's pretty crazy.
Oh man, it's got underwear sponsors.
Yeah, like fucking Mark Wahlberg, dude. I know he regrets like one of his. He did the Calvin Klein ads. He still says he regrets it.
He regrets it. Yeah.
I mean, would you regret that more, or like being an underwear model in your early 20s, or making Good Vibration, making you know what I mean?
That's close.
Yeah, both pretty bad.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure he made a lot of money on both.
He's sitting fine. I think
it's easy to say that when you're a gajillionaire.
Yeah, he's got an estimated net of like 300 to 500 million. He's doing okay. He's not regretting either of those.
Oh, poor me. I did an underwear ad when I was 20. I'm crying my fucking gold toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did his thing. He's fine.
Was there a moment where you're like, I mean, we talked about it last night, like on a much different scale, because I don't have a fucking gigantic international presence or whatever.
Okay. But
like things that, like just doing this and my redemption arc, that tripped me out. Like, yeah, we show up to the rink. There's everyone wearing Pod Squad gear and shit like that. Like that's, I mean,
it's awesome.
Yeah. It's Is there moments where you're like, "Fuck, really?"
Yeah, all the time, every time. Yeah, it's
like every time, a new video drops or a fucking
because
a new project or whatever.
Yeah, especially as I get older, you don't really know. Like every time, because without them, it's like, not that I wouldn't be like no matter, make it clear, like no matter what, I'll be doing what I do.
Yeah.
So it's like. But to have that support like that for this many years, to have like honestly the most like solid support I could have, and the most like people are just like endlessly like supportive.
Yeah, just showing.
Like honest, like it blows my mind, because I'm like, obviously I'm getting older, and I can't.
Yeah, and you're like, wait, and sometimes like we touched on this last night, like you'll get there's times where you get like love from the strangest places.
Yeah.
And that's not that wasn't an entendre, or like meaning like the places that you necessarily didn't think people would show love, and then there's times where like maybe you're thinking you might get it from, and you're like, oh really? Okay. Or like we were talking right out front before we came in, there'll be times like when you'll I'll think an episode or a joke or something will land a lot fun, like will be received a lot better, and then there's times where I thought it was shit, and then people are like, yeah, that fucking shit was great, and then you had said like, yeah, like there's times when you'll post something that maybe like you were trying to fucking land for a while, then it like, or it's something is significant or means something to you.
Yeah. You can't predict what anyone's going to care about or like appreciate you for, or in your head you're like, oh, I just did something sick, I'm about to, like, people are behind,
this is it,
and then nobody gives a shit, and then like something that to you meant nothing, it was easy for you or whatever it might be, and then that's what they care about. Or like there's moments that they care about that to you weren't a big deal, but to them was like how big, whatever.
You're out
Whatever
there
it might
doing.
be, yeah.
You're out there landing consecutive 360 flares, and then it hit no love on the gram or any of that, and then you hit a little bunny hop, John, and they're like, boom, it's blowing up. Did you see? Fucking Dehart did the bunny hop.
Yeah, and people can't understand.
He bunny hopped the fucking car, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't.
Have you ever bunny hopped a car?
Nah.
Nah, too much.
On top, yeah. I can get on top of like a car, but
yeah,
not a moving car.
Not
a moving car.
Yeah, I don't need to, but could do, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, we can go try out front. I don't know.
Yeah, right after.
Yeah, you can't predict what and that happens with my friends a lot too. Like you also can't choose who people are gonna gravitate towards, and you can't just. A lot of people think like, oh, he got thrown in there, and that's how it worked out for him. Like you could throw anybody in there,
right?
And the reality is, it doesn't stick with everybody. And there's a couple people that, for whatever reason, this shit works out and it goes further. And you'll get shit for that forever. Like you'll get your friends mad at you forever. But
the hater.
They think just thinking that like.
Or
if I had this opportunity, or if I had this backing,
or naysayers question. Yeah,
just like it's not like that. Like it don't work like that.
Yeah, I mean it's a success, no matter what, whether it be in your profession or any. It's a lot of it's a melting pot of a lot of fucking things.
Yeah,
luck.
Yeah.
Grit,
timing.
determination, timing.
Timing is everything. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because look at it now. Like we say, like you brought up a point earlier that like, when you started the bowls before the digital age, right?
Yeah.
And now we say it's like, well, you can see instantly your metrics or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But just because you're posting a shit ton and all that, it doesn't necessarily mean someone in your case, like the guy that runs Cole or whatever, is going to, you know what I mean, go, oh, yeah, let's take a chance on this kid that's just riding around on this fucking bike, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's a digital age and everyone can use the same it can use the same tools. So this gets back into the melting pot. It's, well, what do you have that separates well, and I'm not asking, I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? 100%. It's everyone. What is it about that person?
Yeah.
That's because I'm sure there's lots of people that dropped out and wanted to fucking ride bikes and do all that other shit, and then they ended up doing meth or whatever. You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You really
You were fucking determined, dude. That's really what it came down to. You know what I mean? And some of the other things that you hit it on too. You had support. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had a good structure around you. You know what I mean? I know your family.
Thanks. Yeah.
You have a good family.
Yeah. My mom went super well for me.
Yeah. She's a fucking saint.
For me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. For both of you and your brother. That's why we played Joy Division 2, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Shout out to brother John.
Yeah.
He's a good egg too.
Yeah, he's a great.
That's what my grandma would say. He's a good egg.
Yeah.
He's a good egg.
So yeah, it just you can't predict that stuff, and I can't force people to like what I'm doing. I don't expect everyone to like what I'm doing or know what my goal is or any of that. But if people gravitate towards it, hey, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I can't you could try, and just because you're getting views and shit too doesn't mean it's sticking. Also, that's another thing is like things can be seen like the way things are now anyway. Like things can be seen so much, and it doesn't mean that's like. It just means it's getting seen. Like I don't know. It doesn't mean it's actually like resonating with people. Like
you
don't really know.
Yeah, the
like,
views don't. They're resonating.
We see it all the time.
You don't like just because something's like, got whatever views and whatever people tuning in, but it's just because they're getting reached out, but it might not be going what you think it's doing.
Yeah, I mean, we have shows that they get big guests on that have 100, 200, 300,000 viewers, and then they get a bump from that. But then the following week they got nothing again.
Yeah.
So nothing's sticking. People are only tuning in for that guest.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's tough to get people to stick.
Right now it's more tough than like had I had to come up in like the way things are now. Like it's definitely tough to like stand out because it's like everybody's sick. Everybody has a page. Everybody's doing something.
It's
saturated. So it's like if I had to deal with that coming into it as like not having like a leg to stand on, like it'd be hard. Like kids are struggling super hard to come up right now because it doesn't have that same impact that it used to have.
So are you considered like an OG?
Yeah, I'm
because you were
super
before
old,
Instagram and all that shit, right?
Yeah, I'm fucking old. Yeah.
So you're an OG now.
I'm just doing. I'm gonna be here. I don't know how long people will care or what, but like, yeah, but yeah.
When do you retire?
I don't know. Yeah.
You still got it in you?
I feel fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds weird. It sounds like I like.
I mean, I can't even get up in the fucking morning to go to the bathroom. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm only 45, but
I know they ask a couple of my people ask all the time. They're like, how do you continue to just keep playing and whatever? I'm like, well, I'm not right now.
Yeah, out on the bench. You're there every night though, which is good.
But I mean, my man's on a professional level here.
That's
he's
completely different. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
He's at the top of his game. You know what I mean, we're just fucking
dicking around.
Yeah.
It's the same. I mean, I'm just like. At this point, it's muscle memory. And the key is just to not stop doing it.
Did you watch the Tony Hawk docu?
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, fucking awesome. Yeah.
Still
so it's like, dude,
still going.
So it's like
can't like
stop.
he can't
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Can't not. He's out there fucking trying to land the 900, dude. Was it right? He was still trying to do the 900 or the 720.
Yeah.
One of them, right?
900.
It was trying to do the 9.
Yeah.
He's fucking 50-something years old.
Yeah.
Broke his femur.
Look at Ric Flair.
There you go.
Just had his last match.
Did you watch it?
No, I saw clips.
I thought you said you were going to get up.
Well, I didn't feel like spending money.
They were still going to make you pay? You couldn't get it on whatever?
No, I couldn't steal it.
How much was it?
I think it was like $40 or something.
Nah, I'm out on that.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not fucking paying.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's 73 years old, and he's fucking getting he got bladed. He fucking was taking bumps.
Nice.
I mean...
But Ric Flair's sick though, so shout out Ric Flair.
I would
shout out to the Nature Boy, right?
Yeah, I would fucking I'd probably pay $40 to hang out with him.
Yeah, I don't think you could hang with him.
Like a live cameo, but in
Bill and Ric Flair. That'd be sick.
Could you imagine?
And then
huge ratings, brother. We got fucking Ric Flair.
Like in front row.
I'd relapse if it was hanging out with Ric Flair.
You would relapse, yeah,
absolutely. Just for. And then we would title it One Night Only, right?
Yeah, Billy's last night.
Yeah.
But like the Undertaker was there, Mick Foley was there.
Yeah, they were all. They
Bret Hart was there.
They pulled them all out, huh?
Yeah, they all went. And they were front row, and
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I
didn't
mean,
know that.
They did a nice, cool little lead up to it with a little storyline with Jeff Jarrett and
Ric Flair. I almost called him Rick Ross. Ric Flair, the early years. No,
when he's 50.
Yeah. The early years when he's 50.
Dude, I watched a video today from '91. It looked like he was in his 40s.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's been old since I was a kid.
Yeah, he's always looked old.
Right.
He's looked the same forever. Yeah.
Forever. Yeah.
That's sick though. That's awesome.
Hasn't changed.
Yeah. Good for him.
So what do you think? You think you can take a page out of Ric Flair's book and ride?
No, I don't. I mean, I've accepted this is what I do, and I just can't turn it off.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know.
But what could you move on to if you can't ride a bike? Like, is there things in your
selling drywall
genre for doing like bike stuff?
Yeah, I could be
like an ambassador.
Yeah. I mean, brand manager or a team manager or like maybe
you'll be like the Stacy Peralta for the fucking what's the young kids generation now called? Zoomers.
Zoomers?
I believe they're called the Zoomers.
That's a damn shame.
Right?
Yeah, so so you'd be like the Stacy Peralta for the Zoomers.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Right, like a team manager.
I'm into it beyond just riding my bike, and I do
like being a fixture. I mean, it's same like you said. Like, yeah, all right, I might not be playing right now, but a fixture at the rink.
Yeah,
or
you're involved. Yeah,
you're involved.
It's my thing. Like, yeah, it's what I do. Like, so
because I think
I don't see myself like, especially after knowing so much about everything. It's like kind of the only thing I've ever really took in.
Yeah,
and like even thought, it just even took all that information and shit, and like I took so much in from it beyond just riding my bike. So
yeah,
it's like I might as well use it for something, but I'm not gonna force it. But I feel like as I get older,
Well, I mean,
soon,
it
but you know what I mean? Like I'm sure opportunities like that might show up.
yeah, and it educates you in a lot of ways that you probably didn't necessarily think that
Didn't
it
even
would,
know. Yeah,
because
didn't even-
you made mention of it earlier, and you might not even have thought about it. You said some of the deals that I weren't the best deals. Well, at the time, you didn't know they weren't the best deals,
Yeah, or they were sick and I've missed.
or
out.
they were still,
Yeah.
or there's probably
And I
ones you were
yeah,
like, oh,
missed out on that monster
fuck that.
check,
You know
yeah.
what? I should have bought a
Yeah.
Bitcoin when fucking 30 years ago, whatever. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, like, I think the part where, whether it's, you know, and this could be any profession, like if someone has dedicated their time to, you know, whether a guy's a fucking bricklayer or whatever, and he's dedicated 40 fucking years of his life, or in your case, you're in a fucking 20, 30-year run of fucking doing this or whatever. And then that chapter, like whether it's actually laying brick or it's actually riding the bike or a professional fucking hockey player or whatever, and then that time's up and it's like, all right, well, now what? And you're like, and a lot of them get freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like what do I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think about it, I'm just like, I'm cool with it because I got to experience so much that I'm like, if I never, like, not to sound like this, I just never had to work before. Like, I literally never had to work before.
Right.
And if I have to fucking start working at 40 years old, all right, fuck it. Like,
Yeah, but
you know, if I got to work some shitty job, for, like, I don't know. I like, it sucks. I don't want to do, like, but I will accept that gladly. Like, I got to do what I did.
Yeah.
And if that means,
I just think
you
that,
know,
all right,
yeah,
but don't sell yourself short, because you did work. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
no,
you
no,
worked,
I mean, like, I didn't.
but like in a in a typical 9 to 5 or something like that, like a regular, you know, like a air quote regular job or whatever. Yeah, that part.
So I mean, like, I just like, I'm not mad. I'm not gonna be like, oh, what do I do from here? Like, I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself. I did.
Yeah,
I'm fucking happy.
done okay.
I'm super happy.
You're doing all right.
So yeah,
you know what I mean?
but I know what you mean. Like, some people definitely, I've seen it 1,000 times. Yeah, some people definitely lose their mind afterwards and like can't let go of like seeing herself as that person or seeing people feel that way about them. Like, it's hard to let go of. It is. I get that because.
Or it's the fucking, like, for some of them, like, it's the fucking rush too. Like, whether it be like the concerts or the contest circuit, and you're winning, and you know events are on fucking TV. So you got that rush, or just the fucking competing in front of people, or in the new age, it's the fucking the giant checks that Instagram are giving out or whatever social, because your fucking shit's hitting right now, and it all comes in, and it's the oh my God. And then it's like, yeah, well, you're not really hitting the tricks anymore because you're staying out too late, or you're getting, you know what I mean? You're getting caught up in shit that you probably shouldn't, that's not conducive for what you originally got in to do this for. And then, you know, and then that's the double-edged sword too, where it's like,
I've had that,
oh, fuck, I could have been doing a lot better, but I didn't because I'm fucked up. And now it's like, well, it's gone, and now I don't know what to, I mean, there's, I've seen that.
I've had a close share of like just everything kind of slipping away.
Yeah.
Just like being burnt out and just wanting to party, or just feeling like I was, you know, live up my 20s.
Self-induced pressure.
Yeah.
I have the bar set way too high for myself.
Yeah. But luckily I did. Yeah. I kind of had like reevaluated like everything. Like, all right, I care about this shit a lot, so I'm gonna put my effort back in and reel it in.
Yeah.
So that happens so much.
And that gets back into goes back to the melting pot of what it takes to be successful. It's the mental aspect. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's everything. Yeah, mental. Like, even being on the road for 10 days is mentally like
that part.
I'll come home and my girlfriend, wife, you know,
you got
when I come. I'm dude. I told you. I suck at talking, like actual talking.
It's the saying the W word on the fucking thing.
Oh well, yeah. No, I don't care. Yeah, we're not married, but we're married. Like,
yeah, me too.
Wife,
yeah, no, I do that too. Yeah.
So I come home from trips.
123 episodes worth of doing that.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
People ain't living with it.
All right. Yeah, I'm like not ashamed. I
wish I could get away with that shit.
Yeah.
I get my ass slapped as I walk in the door.
Yeah. So coming home from a trip, it's like in her mind, it's like, oh, you just hung out with your friends for
Yeah.
10 days. You know, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
shot. Like, I'm literally, I'm like, it takes me like a week to recover. I'm like, yo, I'm dead. I just driving around.
You don't
riding
love me
bikes.
because you're going to hunt. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah. I'm choose. Yeah. You know what? I love going to a fucking rink with fucking screaming kids up for fucking 72 hours straight.
But that's your job.
Phenomenal.
I mean,
absolutely. No, I'm not saying she's been so. I've been with her since I was 15, 14. So yeah, she's like been through the entire. Like it's not like that. Just like. And outside looking in, it's like, oh, you're just riding bikes, you're having fun. I'm like, oh my god, this shit's like so tiring sometimes. You wouldn't, unless you're there, you don't really understand. But it's like, it's not all fun.
No, you're on the fucking road
it shouldn't
too.
be,
And I'm sure, let's not forget, I've seen fucking videos, not necessarily just yours, but yeah, sometimes it's not the most pleasant. Like, fucking security runs out. This person, you gotta fucking get on the move.
Yeah, which sounds dumb to think. Sounds dumb to like act like that's a serious thing, but it's just like in our heads in the moment, it's like, oh, we gotta do this. Like, we want to get it done. So it's like it's dumb. It's a bike, but it's like,
and then you're on a fucking time constraint.
Yeah, it just it's pressure, too. And it means something to you in the moment. You're just like, you can't let it go. You're like, oh, I gotta
get it
this.
now. And then sometimes you want, and this was back to the point earlier where you said about the photographer being key too. Like in order to get him to get that the image that you're thinking. And the image that he's trying to get, the timing comes in because you want the sunlight to be reflective at a certain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like,
they got they see it their way too, and they're like, oh, like if it happens right now, it'd be amazing. Like, So, and you get hyped up. You're like, all right, right here.
Yeah.
Fucking dude's coming. Like, hold on. Like,
Get out of the way.
It's
the other caveat, traffic. I'm sure some places you got to deal with fucking traffic, right?
People want to watch too. I'm like, keep walking. Like,
you're like, it'll be online soon. Just back the fuck up, dude.
They want to see you fucking fall. Yeah. Like,
that part too. That part. Yeah.
Like, remember when Scarred was like a thing? Scarred. Like, you trying to be on Scarred? Like, why would I be out here trying to be on Scarred?
Right.
Like, what kind of
backwards of that shit is that?
Trying to land this.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I'm definitely trying to.
Yeah, people are crazy. They just like they'll just come. Not that I have any right being out there like in public doing my thing, but that's what I'm doing. So people obviously want to come up and talk to you and like connect, and you're just like, I'm trying to do this right now. Like,
I'm fucking locked in the zone, and you're like, fucking my shit up, dude.
2 minutes,
Yeah.
Who was your idol when you started riding? Did you have somebody you looked up to?
Oh yeah. So I mean, so many, like BMX is like, I guess when I was 13 or 14, I skateboarded before BMX. Just I skateboard. I played hockey and skateboarded before BMX. I started BMX late because I just never had. I like had a bike, but it was like a GT Vertigo or something. It was like a fucking normal bike. Like, nothing crazy. So I skateboarded a lot.
All the kids just went nuts. They're like, Mom, fucking Chase Dehart said fucking GT Vertigo is just a normal bike. And they're like,
I mean,
I gotta get.
Bike.
No, I'm just kidding.
People are paying.
I'm just kidding.
A lot of money for them now. Yeah. So, so like I just BMX wasn't like my thing. Skateboarding and hockey was, and so I kind of like, but my friends rode bikes in my town, like Tim Buskirk. Remember Tim Buskirk and like, fucking other guys. So I started riding bike. Like I started trying their bikes. I'm like, man, I like this. I want to do this. And we like built a scrap bike up out of a bunch of all of my buddies' parts.
Scrap parts.
Yeah, and I rode like every day since then. Yeah.
So you didn't really get into it till.
Yeah, I didn't get into it. I was 15. Yeah,
wow.
I got into it right at like my 15th birthday. I remember because like I was bummed I couldn't ask for a bike for my birthday. I just missed. My mom was like, "I'm not getting you a bike. Like you're always up to something, Like I was always doing some different shit. So she's like, "I'm not buying you a bike. You'll sell it in,
Yeah.
She knew how I was.
Trade it in, whatever.
But really, I was like, nah, I really like this.
That was it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll do this every day.
That's crazy because you see kids starting at 5 and 6
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Like doing tricks and shit, but
yeah,
kids started late. But
I started late. Yeah. But I skateboarded, so I kind of had I definitely had like the mentality of it. Like I knew what they were doing. Like I knew what BMX was up to.
Yeah.
Because of my friends and just skateboarding and So I kind of just like, it wasn't like a weird transition. Like I just was doing it on a bike.
Yeah, and it also helps that let's preface this that you're also naturally athletically inclined too.
Thanks. Like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's apparent. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because you're on the pod squad, so it's obviously, you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
the cream of the crop.
Yeah, we don't have fucking slouches. You know what I mean? So there's that.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah,
bro, I love hockey. I haven't played hockey in so long until like that night I pulled up and
yeah.
I texted Scotty. I was like, because I just like.
Oh yeah, I put them in my. We had old skates, and I was like,
Yeah.
I just don't have the hardware. He's like, well, I have the hardware, so we put it. Yeah.
So.
I think
Yeah, they just threw me right in. I was like, Scott, man, I'm looking for like some open hockey or something to shoot around. You know, he's like, yeah, come on the pot Thursday night, man. We got 2 games. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, man. He's like, like literally. I was like, nah, man. I haven't played in like 6 years.
Yeah, he was still like trying to like piece together. Like you didn't even have. You had to get new skates.
Yeah, I was like,
fucking all new gear. Like just still. But
I'm still doing that. Yeah.
Right,
like,
but you're still. I think I looked at it yesterday. So the Pod Squad, that edition of the Pod Squad has played 38 games, and I think you're already. I think you're tops. I think you're number 6 in points.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah. But I think a couple times Mitch might have. Have the 91s.
Shout out to Mitch for getting me like 3 goals at one game because he wore 91. Yeah, Mitch is nasty. Yeah, that's sick. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Where the fuck you going,
I
dude?
got a fucking cramp, dude.
Dude, as I say, he's sitting down, they'll kill you.
Well, yeah, or help you. Maybe it helps. Drink the water that you brought.
Yeah, drink water. Yeah,
that part.
Drink water for sure. Well, thank you. I did not know that.
But yeah,
I don't feel like that because I'm like I'm so rusty and like I was telling you like I know I can skate and stuff, but sticking on feels crazy. And I remember this from the last time I took a really long break that it was like the last thing to come back was like having like having like I used to be able to like. In my head, I can do it, and I'm just like whipping the puck or something. I'm missing the pad. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so it's like, I gotta look at So it's like, I feel like coming back, but yeah, I'm rusty.
So Scotty brought out Addison last night. That's his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And
shout out Addison.
Shout out Addison. Assistant coach
She's
Ives.
my daughter's babysitter.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
Assistant coach Ives.
She's supposed to come tomorrow night to see my kid play hockey.
Oh, really?
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Was it a game?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Excellent segue. How many are you? How many in are you? How many?
Tomorrow's the last game of the summer.
Of summers?
Yeah, and then we'll.
How they been doing? All right or no?
They don't keep score.
So everybody's winning.
Yeah, I mean
everyone gets orange slices at the end.
She played defense tonight, and she did pretty well. I mean, they had a coach out there telling her where to go and everything.
She did good,
and she liked it a lot.
She looked like she's more inclined to go there, or
yeah, her footwork was pretty good. I mean, she was backpedaling pretty good and going side to side. I was pretty impressed.
That's kind of what. So this is an actual segue. That's what we were talking about last night with Addison.
Mm-hmm.
So Scotty was giving me shit about not changing quicker, changing the lines. I said, and I looked down and I said, now mind you, we were up pretty significant, like 6-0 or something.
I felt.
And I looked down at the other end and I said, no, I'm not doing the door tonight. Line changes are on coach. And I pointed at Addison and she started giggling, right? So then a couple minutes later, Scotty had come off and we let up it was the end of the second game and we let up our only goal. And it was to Mitch. We gave them Mitch because it was bad. So
turned into us versus Mitch was super fun.
So we give him Mitch and Mitch scores and then Addison's giving Scotty shit when he comes off. Now Scotty was playing defense, something I don't think she's used to seeing him do.
I've ever seen Scotty play defense.
So this is that age and maybe the retirement thing, and we're not starting to listen to our bodies. So he's back. Three guys are up on the other end. Scotty stays home where he's supposed to, and Addison's giving him a hard time talking about, why didn't you go up there? And he's like, you don't know what you're talking. So they're going back. So they're going back and forth. And I said, Addison, we were like, when you get older, defense, I said, is a safe zone. I said, that's for people that just go back there. I said, and look, all you have to do, I said, all you got to do back there is stay home and just move the puck.
Yeah.
And I was like, and honestly, you don't even have to move the puck because I don't do that either.
It's a good spot to catch your breath.
That's all.
Right behind the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
When you get the rest better, we better do an open hockey up at Marble.
we're definitely
We did that the one night. It was so fun.
Yeah, no,
A
I
couple
couldn't
nights
come.
ago,
My
or a couple
wife
weekends
was-
ago.
My wife was. We had it planned where she was going to be home at 6:30.
oh, because they changed the time.
Oh,
Remember the time got changed. Jim was going to come out.
Yeah,
I was gonna
we
come
went
out
at 5:30.
Fucking play, and then they're like, oh, and Billy's like, oh shoot, I
He
forgot
just
to tell you.
texted. Yeah, he
Yeah.
just Scotty
Oh,
just
man.
texted, said the time got changed, and I'm like,
Yeah, that was It's all, but yeah. Hopefully next time. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
Super fun.
yeah, we had a good time.
Good crew. Yeah.
I think they wanted to. I know they want to do that again. So
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah. So it's been fun. So fun.
So you've enjoyed being back so far.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I don't enjoy sucking, but I enjoy like.
That'll come.
Yeah. I enjoy like. I just miss it. Like hockey was my first. Like hockey was my first thing aside from skateboarding, and like, I was in it. Like I was, my first thing that I like truly was like dedicated to.
Like,
and
I like this.
Yeah.
I
was going on different teams, dedicating my weekends to it.
It makes it easier, right? Like when you come back, because it's always something that you kind of had a passion for. Like I've noticed, like for me, like my life has gotten significantly better since I stopped doing crime. So we'll just get that out. Let's just clear the air right there. We'll just get that out of the way.
That's a
Good job.
plus.
Good
Big,
job.
big positive. That's that character redemption arc. No, but starting the pod, and then, well, actually, it was playing skating first because I got back into skating through Scotty, and then
Shout out Scotty.
Scotty reintroduced us.
Right.
And now we're here doing the show, and now those two things have kind of like morphed into, you know what I mean? They're kind of almost one and the same. It's almost to a point like I've said this before, like I mean they do ask me how I'm doing, but it's like it's like, oh yeah, how's the pod or the pod squad or the pod. And
that's good. That's an extension of you. Like it's your thing, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like it's not like I get you. Like
my anxiety has told me to quit. You know what I mean? There's been times that I'm like, I don't fucking want to do this anymore, and then it's like it's almost like I can't.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because of like to your point, it's like an extension, and this is the same with you. It's almost like your writing has become such an extension, or not even an extension at this point. It is you.
Yeah.
It's so much a part of your identity.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I
a
mean?
fucking bike. Like no matter how much I like it, I'm like two things. I'm the tattoo guy and I'm the bike rider guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, hold on. Yeah, tattoo story. So
He's got tattoos?
a couple.
Yeah.
So last night we were in the locker room and our fucking dude Beard, right? He's like fucking trying to plug another rink's doing a Toys for Tots, which is cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Toys for Tots Iron Man tournament, and they have a bunch of sponsors and prizes. And one of the prizes, right?
And he's like looking.
And he looks right at fucking Chase, and he's like, "Yeah, well, yo, dude, if you're interested, one of the prizes is a 6-hour tattoo session."
Yeah.
And I didn't hear any of the shit prior to that. All I heard was 6-hour tattoo session prize, and I said, "Wait, what? A prize for what?" And he's like, "For a tournament." I'm like, "Yeah, no, like for what?" And he's like, "It's an Iron." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Wait a minute." So one of the prizes is a 6-hour tattoo session, which is fine. But also, why would you stare right at Chase as if he has enough flesh left to cover 6 hours worth of fucking tattooing?
Can make it happen, but yeah, it was just funny that he looked right. Like
yeah.
nobody else has tattoos out there. He's like, yeah, 6-hour tattoo session too, man. I'm like, oh my god, that's sick. But yeah, I don't even have that in me at this point. Yeah, I'm like,
dude, one of my bunkies when I was at a adult all male summer camp.
What?
Yeah, you just threw that real
prison.
Oh,
Adult all male summer camp.
Damn,
So it was cleaning up for the kids. Had fucking lost soul, like lost on one eyelid
Yeah.
and then soul on the other. And he's like, yeah, I got another tattoo right here. And he shows me, and I was like, Yep.
Yeah.
That completely checks out.
Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I don't know why. I got carried away. Obviously, it just. I mean, I love tattoos.
Clear.
I'd
hope so.
At the same time, like, I'm like, they're alright. I mean, yeah, they're pretty cool.
The whole thing was a bet.
Yeah.
What was the last to get done? The neck, or did you get the neck done early? Because most people are kind of scared to go above the shirt line.
Yeah, I just like. Yeah, I can't. Well, at the time, my friend was an apprentice, and so I kind of was just like getting in there, getting in there a lot, and like things were kind of just like escalating,
Yeah.
obviously, but obviously, like, no matter, it's just something I'm into. I was into her work, and
once you went past the neck, you were like, you know what? You're definitely fully committed to.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's funny
to
because
the bikes at that point, right?
My brother's friend Howard did my neck first. He did the back of my neck and the side of my neck, and I went in there to get something small on my neck. He's like, if you're gonna, he's like, you might like here, like, and like he like, luckily he was just like was looking out, but he's like, yeah, like, you're gonna fucking do your neck, like, like he didn't like he didn't put what I wanted, like he basically just like went and did it like his way, which is I was cool with it. It was just funny because you're
like laying there, you're like, dude, we should have done like 3 hours ago. Like,
yeah, I was like, I was
don't
pretty,
worry about it.
yeah, I was in deep, and I was just like, and it's like, it's whatever. I was in deep at that point.
He was pot committed. If he was playing poker.
I never really like thought about it, like any of that. I just was like getting things done. Like sometimes like it works out where they go, or like they're like, oh, this will be good here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you almost, I mean.
So it's not like I really even planned every bit of it. A lot of it just happened. Yeah.
I mean, it also helps with your retirement plan or lack thereof. It kind of
I'm never
has to keep you right. It has to keep you at least fit, so because you don't want like some, there's like, let's be honest, some of the ladies that have some of their stuff, it's probably as they age, it's not going to look all that great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, go to the fucking public pool. You'll see that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
See why I did that?
Yeah.
See why I did that? He told us. Yeah, he was in a fucking. We won't say the name of the pool, right? But you know it.
Okay.
It's where we grew up.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
There's only one public pool there, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's a member pool, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. I live right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Shat. Somebody shat in the pool a couple weeks ago.
Two turds,
Oh my
dude.
God.
Two different pools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I never went
Now
there.
imagine two turds floating, and then you have fucking fat 70-year-old fucking lady. That tattoos used to look good. They were banging. Her body was slamming, but now she's 70.
Gravity,
you know what I mean?
Gravity
took over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to help your retirement plan. It's going to keep you skating for a while.
Yeah. I don't know what I'll look like. I'm in.
Fuck. What are you thinking about, the turd? All of it.
What do you think about the turd again?
All of it.
It doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
Did you guys see the fucking
That's funny.
where I forget where it was, but it was Europe somewhere or something. A fucking pool. The people were swimming, and a fucking sinkhole opened up underneath Israel.
Oh,
no, I didn't.
Fucking giant fucking fucking people gone.
Just slipping through.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gone.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Yeah.
And there was a giant. I saw there was another one that opened up today. Not under. I only saw the fucking just scrolling through, but there was another one in Chile or something.
Was a pool, or just a sinkhole?
Just a giant sinkhole.
Okay.
They said, but enough that they said it was pretty massive.
Wow.
That would scare, dude. Can you imagine? That would fucking scare the shit out of me, right?
Yeah. All right, don't
like we're just
swimming and shit. Yeah.
Or whatever. Not even. It's just a sinkhole right here.
Yeah. That's true.
Boom,
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. Shit.
That's crazy.
Crumbles.
I agree.
Or you're about to fucking bunny hop that car and the fucking car disappears because that was me, bunny.
That's you again.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and so we cast Scotty in a fair light.
Yeah.
Earlier, so now will be the time to say that he canceled. He was supposed to sit there.
Yeah, Scotty, man.
So we can
It's
chirp
fucking
him.
weak.
Yeah, it's fucking weak.
Yeah, it's alright. But yeah, shout out to Scotty, man.
Shout out to
everyone
Scotty.
loves Scotty. Who doesn't?
I mean, yeah, which is the
Scotty's a goat.
the six
Yeah,
the
fucking
six,
goat.
fucking
6 degrees of tonight's episode is Scotty.
Oh, dude, I talk to people all the time.
And they
Oh,
know
you play
Scotty's
hockey? You
good.
know Scotty
That's
Ives?
Scotty Ives.
Yeah, he's the guy. That's
Yeah.
why I called him. That's why I texted me. I was
Yeah.
like trying to. It's been forever. I was like, man, I'm trying to play. I was like, I'll text Scotty.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing.
And then literally, yeah,
That's
a couple
kinda-
days later, I'm in there.
That's kind of a thing that when we go to tournaments or something separately, the other one gets is Billy coming? And if I go
Yeah.
and Scotty's
Well,
not
it's
there,
like,
it's
yeah,
like,
you're the
Scotty
same kind
here?
of guy. Yeah.
is Scotty here?
Yeah.
Like, nah, it's just you this weekend? Yeah. I'm like, well, that helps for everyone else. Yeah. It's only
You're like, oh, yeah, great.
fucking I mean, yeah, because also our stupidity is the interchangeable. It's pretty much the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like our wives kind of joke about that. It's like they say that we're married to the same person.
I still remember
you and
playing
Scotty?
hockey in Scotty's driveway when we were 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you from West Deptford?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, me
Me
and
too.
Scotty grew up together.
Yeah, he I grew up in West Deptford, and he moved behind me. I knew him before this because of my brother. He was good friends with my brother forever,
Mm-hmm.
and he moved behind me when I was young. I was super young, so yeah, I knew Scotty. Knew him forever.
From the Lawton Ave crew, right? He lived on Lawton Ave.
No, he's
I
talking.
remember Lawton Ave. Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Over by. I do remember Lawton Ave, and then yeah, he moved over by near in Thorofair.
Oh,
over by,
he's where he lives now.
Where he is now.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
right behind him was my was the house I grew up in.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking.
So yeah, I've known him. I have stories for days with Scotty. I love that guy. He's the best.
I told stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's.
Oh
the
yeah,
best.
and he was when.
I know, he told
when
me.
when we had Stroobs on, he's like, nah, you totally could have said that.
Oh yeah.
so-
He don't care. He don't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
I don't know. The most embarrassing Scotty story was Scotty shit himself or some shit.
Oh yeah. He don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
And we were like, no, you can't do that. And fucking, I was like, yeah, Jim said he didn't. He's like, I already know I know which one it is. He's like, fucking shit myself or piss myself. He's like, you totally could have said it. I don't give a shit.
So
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Yeah, nobody
don't
cares.
You can't embarrass him.
Episode
yeah,
one, I can't. I did the same. I ratted myself right on out and talked about the
Yeah.
time I was going to do some things, and basically I shit myself on rollerblades.
Jesus.
Wow.
On rollerblades.
I'll tell you the rest. There's kids listening. Yeah, it's
You gotta go back and listen to the pod.
Yeah. Yeah.
episode one.
Tune me in, man. Tune me into some shit.
Episode one. All right. So where can everyone find if they want to go buy a Chase bike or if they want to if they're whatever throw out where are we getting everything at or whatever.
What is like my plug?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bikes is coltcrew.com. CULT crew.com.
CREW.
Yeah, CRDW.
Colt
That's
Crew.
bike, yeah. Colt
Colt
or Instagram. Yeah, Instagram's the easiest.
Yeah,
But
Insta at Colt Crew.
yeah. And then band shoes and primo parts.
Or
definitely
you
could-
can all the links are posted on your Insta at
Yeah, well, yeah,
at
we're
85
just-
at 856
No,
Dehart
at Dehart 856.
backwards.
Dehart
at
856.
Dehart 856 DEHART 856.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
And then
Like-
in the bio, all your shit's posted in there as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
All your plugs,
if you're into that, if you're not, but yeah, it's like that's what. Yeah.
merch.
That's all my
If they
shit.
wanna
Yeah,
get the merch
yeah.
too.
If you're riding bikes, yeah, that's cool.
That's where it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks.
Or if anybody's trying to throw some money at them, whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Shit.
yeah.
In my Venmo.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'll put the QR code up on the screen.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, but
No, I appreciate you coming out, man.
No, thank you. It was cool.
I just love that
I
if you
told you I was
did-
super. I told you like
yeah.
I'm really bad. Like I've turned.
You did fine.
I definitely never
Couldn't even
never
tell.
really do this to be
Couldn't-
honest.
Yeah, you couldn't even tell.
Thank you.
Like
Yeah, thanks.
not at all.
Hell yeah,
Not
thank
at
you.
all.
No, I didn't think so.
No, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
Great interview.
yeah, but you know, yeah, you're a great interviewer, and by the way, you could focus on whatever the fuck we were talking about prior to when I go, and then you come right back, and it's like, oh, all right, he remembers, cool. Maybe I'll try and do that too.
Yeah, you got baby. Teaching, yeah. You gotta listen, man.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Well, it's also because I have 75,000 open tabs in my fucking brain.
Yeah, I'm honestly like
it's like a fucking pinball machine. No, but seriously, thank you.
I'm the same way.
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate
Dude,
it.
no, thank you, man. I'm so
glad
hyped to
we
be
can-
playing hockey with you too. It's been
Pumped, and I'm glad we could try and help you tell just a little bit of your story. And
I appreciate it. Yeah,
whenever you want to come back out, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, anytime. This is true.
Jimmy, anything to add? You
I'm
good?
ready for bed.
Ready for bed?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you guys.
Peace out.
Thank you.